Hello everybody. I'm sorry that I can't do this review for exam 2 in person with you. However, I am hopeful that as I give you some practice questions for your geometry test, that you'll be able to work through them with me, watch my solutions, make sure they make sense, and be able to reproduce them on your own so that you will do well on exam number 2, I'm hoping. All right, so without further ado, I'm looking at the sample problems for exam 2 that I gave out. Number 1 has this lovely picture, and it says, are these triangles congruent? That's what it's asking me. And of course, anytime we ask a question such as that, we want to know why. How do you know what you know? So it says, if they are congruent, then give the congruency postulate and explain. So here's the picture. And of course, I'm not an artist, so it's not going to come out beautiful, but you'll get the point. It looks something like this. And it is E, G, I don't even know what that letter over there is. This is C. I think that must be N, yes. Okay. It tells me that this side over here is 24 centimeters. This side right here is 36 centimeters. I have some congruencies here and here. This point of intersection in the middle is the point A. This is 36 centimeters. And it tells me this angle N is congruent to this angle G. And this side over here, NC, is also 24 centimeters. So if you're not sure what's going on in the picture, you can see that's what it's supposed to say. All right, so the question is, are they congruent, and why or why not? And you're going to have to actually give an honest-to-goodness congruency postulate if they are. So I'm looking at it. I hope you're looking at it and saying, yes, they're congruent. We hope we know they are. And the reason I know these are congruent is because I see right here, this side EA matches up with this side AC, and those are congruent. We know because of the markings. This side NC matches up with this side EG, and again, those are congruent because they're both 24 centimeters. And GA is congruent to AN because they're both 36 centimeters. So just looking at it like that, I feel like I've got side, side, side. Okay. If I do it like that, again, we need to be a little bit careful in the way we label them. So I would say triangle, and I'm going to start from this point of intersection in the middle, and I'm going to call it AEG. Is congruent to triangle, and I need to again make sure I go in the correct order. So for that one, AE was the 2 hash mark guy. So on the other side, I'm going to say AC. And then EG was the 24 centimeter guy, so CN. And then the last one was GA, and that makes the last one NA. So I'm in the correct order. So just make sure that you label them correctly, because you don't want it to say triangle AEG is congruent to triangle CNA, because then what that would do would be matching up side AE with side CN, and those are not congruent, right? This guy is not congruent to that one. So just make sure that you label them correctly. All right, so I see side, side, side. However, some other people may see some other stuff. For instance, it's given that angle N here, this big angle, is congruent to angle G. So you might want to say something like EG is congruent to CN. Angle N is congruent to angle G, and then GA is congruent to NA. That would still be congruent. It would still be a yes, but in that case, it would be a side angle side, right? Because you'd be using that angle G and that angle N in the center of it. So that'd be all right. And still yet, somebody might get a little bit industrious and say, well, wait a minute. I'm looking here at this intersection point A, and I know that this angle A in the left-hand triangle is congruent to this angle A in the right-hand triangle because they're vertical angles, right? Okay, so now I might have something like angle, side, angle. And that would be N to the 36th side to the A. Here it would be G for the angle,